Yeah, we can't have a cool run, that would be X. We have to have the red hot 0 run. And right off the bat is the first difference the new PlayStation X games bring. You actually have to mash through the text instead of just holding start. And as far as basic movement goes in the PlayStation games, the normal dash animation has a really long startup, so it's often better to just repeatedly jump, since there's no penalty for jumping out of a dash, and you can just hold the dash button and repeatedly jump, and you pretty much just go full speed the whole time. And a lot of what you'll see is that Ariel kills only the necessary enemies when he's trying to jump by, just because every time you hit something with a saber in the air, you get several frame like hit lag penalty. So you'd really rather not kill enemies if you can avoid it. Yeah, right there. It's pretty much one of the only uses that the ground dash serves in the run, is to just try to sneak under some things, just because it's not any faster than just hopping again. Oh, nice fight on the intro stage boss. There's a bit of a manipulation you can do at the start of the fight. Like if you you have to get to the right to hit him, but if you're really far to the left, then he won't fly up off screen entirely. It's better if he can just stay in place, but it's not a big deal if he floats up and flaps over a little bit. You can still get hits in. Oh man, it's been way too long since I've even played this game with X. I don't remember what the intro song is like. Anyway, first up, Jet Stingray. This is a bit of a goofy stage. It's the one where you actually have to ride the bike the whole time. You don't really get to do anything. There are the occasional pits you have to worry about when you're doing all these dashes, since you have limited mobility while doing them. But, as long as you start your dashes on the bike from the right locations, you'll pretty much be fine. It looks like Ariel gets through Area 1 with basically no problems. It's okay to even just crash into everything as well. Like, taking hits doesn't really matter a whole lot, because you get the health refill between areas. The way dashing works on the bike is you want to do them in the air. They're really quick, and you kind of preserve that speed a lot longer. Doing just like a ground dash, you can jump out of it. So that's, you saw him do that a couple times, where instead of hitting jump dash, he hit dash jump, and it's not as fast and doesn't last as long, so it kind of throws off your positioning for the rest of the fight. Or not the rest of the fight, rest of the stage. Nice. That's one of the harder fights to do optimally, just because there's not a lot you can do about some of the stuff he does. Like having to plan for if he kind of dives at you across the screen or stays in place, throwing the enemies out. You have to kind of hop out at a really awkward angle to get hits in without also getting a whole ton of hit lag. Magma Dragoon's up next. Oftentimes this will be the first, but since it's not super important where Jet Stingray is in the route, sometimes people just opt to put him first. Get that RNG out of the way from the boss fight. Oh, one rude bat right at the end there. Blows open the door for the bat and he still whacks him on the way out. Oh. Alright, there we go. Jumps of that type are a bit more difficult in the PlayStation games compared to the SNES ones, just because in the Super Nintendo ones, it's fine to just like be near a wall and then press jump. You'll still get the wall kick. But in X4, like right there, you actually have to be like on the wall, like touching it in order to get the wall kick. And I suppose I didn't mention this at all during the Jet Stingray fight, but the way they programmed Zero's like 3-hit combo slash for bosses has the implication that the first 2 hits generally don't provide any invincibility frames. So if you cancel your combo with a dash, you can just restart it immediately after. So you essentially just hit him with the first part of the slash over and over and over and over again. Cyber Peacock stage has some forced speedrunning within it. It tells you to hurry up, and you're rewarded based on your performance. But it's so lenient, there's almost no way to not get an S unless you kind of like walk around, get hit by everything, somehow get lost on your way to the right. Yeah, need triple quote speed running. I think even if you get stuck on a couple of those things, you're still fine. There's the boost. Dude, same. I can get S ranks too. Capcom just wanted people to feel good about themselves when they made this game. focused on making people feel miserable. Yeah, I mean, they did make the Enigma canon. It's very rude of them. And here's the kind of pattern you really want to see out of Cyber Peacock. Everything else you can deal with just fine. It's not like a big deal. You can just hit him with the... I think that attack is the Ryu engine, the fire uppercut thing. But it doesn't exactly have the best damage output long term. But when he floats there and shoots projectiles at you, you can get a lot of hits in.
We got a $20 donation from JamWalker86. Says, congratulations Louise and Madu for the excellent race. I agree. If you did want that to go towards an incentive, you can feel free to say so in the chat and we'll get that headed towards whatever you're interested in heading that for.
Split mushroom stage, this one's kind of rough. The first section just throws a lot of enemies at you, and it's hard to tell precisely where you are in relation to the end just because it's a endlessly looping just staircase. So if you end up in a weird position, it's like hard to get back on track. And this area is like a really tight vertical, I don't even know what to call them. It'd be like a small corridor, but it's a vertical shaft, so right? They're just loaded with enemies in your way. Ariel getting through really nicely though. The stage is really fun to play too. Nice kill on the mini boss. Can be a little risky since those spikes are lethal, but bonking the mini boss just does damage, so you're gonna hang out down there with him for a bit. Yeah, the Shoryuken really did get a huge nerf. Just imagine if you got the one-hit KO move from the first boss in the game. There's not much to do on this elevator besides fidget around since they made the walls unclimbable for the first 90% of it. Nice, he skips the last little bit of the elevator. That's all the devs let you do in this one. Ariel taking a pretty safe fight there. There are a couple other things you can do to make the fight a little bit quicker, but they're a lot more dangerous. Just hitting him with air slashes over and over again is a nice, simple, straightforward way to do things. I like how they put a save point just like right after after a stage and then after a cutscene. It was a really important cutscene with a whole lot of important input. This stage is another pretty difficult one. It's really loaded up with enemies. And this first section is sort of on like a fixed cycle, or at least like the background scrolling and everything. So like when the train enters the tunnel at the end, there's not a whole lot of margin for error to make the quick cycle. Tons of damage sources, and you want to be jumping through everything, and even a lot of the boxes you can destroy with your saber, and the ones you can't you just tink off of. So you don't want to be doing air slashes because now he has the spin slash, so he's hitting like beneath him as well. Yeah, what's the deal with those enemies decoupling the cars? Slash Beast has some traitors to deal with. The grenade guy who falls up. He didn't have a plan for what to do after he threw the grenade. Always have a plan with your terrorist actions. Ariel not opting to take the health. You don't need it. Yeah, really nice Slash Beast fight. This guy has the capacity to deal some serious damage, and Ariel just didn't even take a single hit, no sweat. Storm Owl stage, we finally get to see the ride armor get used. These things go criminally underused in this series. Either just used as a Yoshi, or just completely ignored outright. Alright. No problem, no problem. He caught what happened early enough. Just get through the little spike room with some invincibility frames from a bonk. Missed an item. Storm Owl is kind of one of the exceptions to the first 2 hits of the 3-hit combo not giving iframes. Specifically, the second one gives iframes, but not the first or the third. And the third slash lasts so long and can hit every frame. So you saw him make use of that for the first part of the fight. Hop up, 3-hit combo as Owl gets near, and then you do a ton of damage. You can make use of that if Owl comes back on screen as well. Everyone's favorite, Frost Walrus Prime. He protects the secret. Oh. I read it too slow. We'll never know what he does. He's got the enemy despawn at least. There's another one of those large enemies that are just blocking that way. Sometimes you have to take a hit off one of them. The most important upgrade in the game right there. That's the one that lets you start with more lives after you game over. Nice. Really good luck on the mini-boss. There's a decent chance that, like, the first time you hit him, he just clamps shut and then slowly floats invincible across the screen. Big weapon for a bad day. Well, it's got past all the birds before they could freeze the whole room. This fight's really rough to try to optimize. Like, it typically involves either taking tons of damage or getting a lot of hit lag or some really, really close hits, trying to hit him for as few frames as possible. And yeah, the boss fights in this game are cool. You'd think with SDC being a thing that everything would just be like, oh yeah, SDC this guy and this guy and this guy, but you don't really do it that many times over the course of the run. If you ignore all the luck required. I mean, it's tough to say that right after Walrus, which has pretty much no luck. Bait that guy to jump. And then get hit by a bug anyway. Doesn't feel like Mega Man at all. Well, it's not at 0. I think it's kind of cool that they managed to make a game with two very different characters. The exact same stage layouts, and it's not just like trash for one of them. Rakuho, how to get that stupid enemy out of the way. Yeah, X5 doesn't get a whole lot of love, especially not in speedrunning, probably because like, Enigma Shuttle for so long would just like, ruin every attempt. Like, poor Tokyo. Oh, nice, got some good damage in from that pattern up there. If Spider is on invincibility frames when he exits the screen, then while he's up there, you can just kind of keep hitting him. So you can make use of your double jump and a spin slash to try to get tons and tons of damage in. You get a quick kill with it, but that's very heavily luck dependent. With a hot damage boost. For whatever reason, getting hit in the air stops your dash speed, and doing it there enables you to use your double jump.
I've been waiting to fight with you.
Got a couple nice double hits in there. Freaking M. Bison. It's okay, he's gone now. Iris is going to die. Spoilers. No, maybe Ariel will die.
Stay with me, brother.
Okay, nicely done. If you get Iris pinned in the corner and have the right spacing, you can just get a couple air slashes in and then a little flame uppercut. I never remember what it's called. skipping the greatest cutscene. Well, the greatest cutscene's coming up. Where Zero fights Sigma. We can rebuild her. We have the technology.
It was our destiny to fight.
Except maybe not, because they're like in space on this final weapon. And it gets destroyed in the end. Ariel got a good pattern, and there we go. The general. He gets completely obliterated by the first slash of your combo. As far as refights go, a lot of them are pretty much the same thing as before. A couple of them have little differences, like on Dragoon. You'd really rather not take a Shoryuken. He did get hit by one of them though. But it's not a huge concern because there was that big health refill right there, which almost topped him off. The web spider should be identical. Nice, he got a good amount of damage on this quick kill attempt as well. Just as awful as the first time around. Cyber Peacock, this is one of the ones that are a little different. The first time through, Ariel would make use of air slashes when he had the chance, but that's not an option here because it actually does less damage with the upgraded air slash. Yeah, quote unquote upgraded. And this fight's completely different. As you can see, the water's green. But the upgraded spin slash does help a little bit. You can hit Stingray and one of the little enemies pops out at the same time. Double jump helps with that as well. really easy to get hit by Mushroom, but coming up is Slash Beast, so you'd really rather not take any unnecessary damage. Thankfully, you should have at least one sub-tank. Things get too dicey. But he is loaded up on 1-up, so even dying once wouldn't be a big deal. Got another pretty solid Slash Beast fight. Only got hit one time in 2 fights. Calculated. Just enough health. There's no way this fight can go wrong. Yeah, see? Perfect. Easy. I totally didn't think he would get hit right there at the end.
What's our current situation?
Oh, baby. Is he gonna play out the cutscene for us?
Where's that red maverick that wiped out Garma's unit?
Nope. Yeah, dude, rude. We got baited.
Tremble with terror. You are finished.
Alright, and while we're fighting Sigma Phase 1, we did get a $40 donation from Colonel Fatso saying that this goes to protecting the supply of goods and also to MM2 Randomizer. I think you messed up a little bit there, Fatso. I think that was supposed to be Slash Beast that was saying that he was protecting the supply of goods, but whatever, we'll see.
Good stuff, Fetzo. Yeah, on Sigma Form 2, Ariel did some nice little movements just to make sure he didn't take too much damage during the fight. It's significantly more awkward if Sigma gets his little scythe planted in the ground and electricity going along that. Oh, nice. Took care of the garbage face right away. It's really nice to get that one out of the way, 'cause that's like the most damaging form of Sigma here. Final form here is just kind of annoying. With luck. Doing his little the end laser. And time will be coming up after the door when Ariel loses control. And time. Yeah, when he says the end is not actually the end. He's trying to psych you out, make you think the game's over.